Hi everyone, it's Debbie from the Ossining Public Library Children's Room. Welcome back to I Heart Art Junior. Today we are going to paint some spring flowers. We're also going to be making homemade finger paints, but don't worry, these finger paints are safe for the smallest hands. Yes, we're going to be making edible finger paint. This is especially great for those kids who are still putting everything into their mouths. Not that we're going to encourage anyone to eat the paint. I am going to be sharing with you two different recipes, so hopefully you will have enough materials at home that you can make one of them. Version 1 uses flour. So you're going to need 2 cups of white flour, 2 cups of cold water, and food coloring. Pour the water into a large bowl and slowly add the flour. Keep stirring. Even better, let your child stir the flour and the water together. Once it's all mixed together, you're going to separate the white paints into different bowls, and now you can add your food coloring. If you don't have food coloring at home, or if you would rather not use commercial food coloring, there's lots of great options to add color. Here are some ways you can actually use food to add food coloring. For instance, to make red, you could use pomegranate juice, cranberry juice, tomatoes, or cherries. For pink, you can use raspberries or strawberries. For orange, you can use carrot juice, sweet potatoes, or paprika. For yellow, you can use turmeric powder or butternut squash. Green, spinach or kale juice. Blue, blueberries. Purple, purple potatoes or blackberries. And for brown, you can use coffee, tea, or cocoa powder. Version 2 uses potato flakes. This one is pretty easy and loose. All you need are potato flakes, hot water, and food coloring. Don't forget, you can use food for this one too instead of commercial food coloring. These will be made individually by color. So you're going to start by putting some potato flakes into a bowl. Add a few drops of food coloring, and then start adding hot water slowly, stirring until you get the consistency that you want. Now that you've made finger paints, it's time to get started with our painting. You don't need a lot of supplies. All you need is plain white paper, the finger paint you've just made, and optionally you can also use a paintbrush. Step 1. Pour some of the paint, whatever color you like, onto a plate that is at least as large as your child's hand. You can also use a sheet of aluminum foil or wax paper. You can use a cookie sheet or a pie plate, whatever you've got, it doesn't matter. Step 2, have your child press a hand into the paint. If your child is not comfortable getting their hands into the paint, you can always use a paintbrush. Step 3, have your child press their paint-covered hand onto the white paper. This is going to be your flower. Make as many flowers or as few as they want. Use whatever colors you want, it doesn't matter. Step 4, using a finger or a paintbrush, you can now have your child paint the stems and the leaves. Don't worry if it doesn't look exactly like the flower or even like this painting. Whatever your child has done is going to be great. And that's it. You have made some spring flowers. I hope you've enjoyed this week's art project. We would love to see what your child has created. So please post pictures on the library's Facebook page or email them to us at oplkids@wlsmail.org. We miss you and can't wait to see you back in the library.